Hi, my name is Taylor Valdes, and I'm the owner of the Venderia. I grew up in Costa Rica, and I moved to Portland when I was 18 to go to college, and I fell in love with the city. And I've lived here ever since. The Venderia was an evolution from multiple other businesses that I started that all kind of failed and reflowered into something else. Like, my whole life I've been an entrepreneur. As a kid, I would corral my neighbors and direct them in plays and then charge their parents to watch the performances. And I just never stopped, like always having a side hustle before that was even like a thing. My first really passionate kind of business that I tried to make money off of and take seriously was embroidery. And I would spend hours and hours hand embroidering wool sweaters and cashmere sweaters that I bought at secondhand stores and then reselling them. And I loved it and people were buying them, but man, it took so much time just to make one garment. And at that time, I was working at a bowling alley and living in a co-op, artist co-op, and like, I had no money. I would just live off of a big thing of almonds from Cash and Carry and free pizza from the bowling alley pizza place. And yeah, I was embroidering this stuff and realizing, man, like I'm making some money off selling my clothes, but if there were just business, like just machines behind me that could be generating income at the same time, kind of like at the bowling alley, that's what would really make me successful. And so I got the idea of opening a laundromat where I could sew in the background and make like my clothes and also do alterations and then have those machines just like cranking in the coins, you know? But after years of researching laundromats, raising money for the laundromats, writing a business plan to buy a laundromat, I finally realized none of these locations are working out. Like, these businesses are not making money. I'm not going to be able to do this and succeed. I had to give up on that idea. But at the time, I'd already bought a vending machine to go in my laundromat, you know? Like, I was, in my mind, I was a laundromat mogul. So instead, my husband and I used our money to buy a house. And I was like, well, I don't want to move this vending machine into our house. What are we going to do with it? By then, I worked at a bar, so I thought, maybe we could put the vending machine in a bar. And I asked all my coworkers, like, you know, when you're at the bar, what do you like? What do you need? And I curated a machine to go in Beulahland, which was my favorite bar and our first location. And it was instantly a success. And not only was the machine making money and selling out of products, I was having so much fun making products and coming up with new weird things to put into it. I thought when I put the vending machine in there that people were going to want to buy aspirin, condoms, lighters, chapsticks, really practical things. No way. People wanted the weird stuff. They wanted the little plastic toys with fortunes attached to them. They wanted smutty Mexican comics, you know. They wanted the mystery bags, which was just random stuff that I would find in free boxes. And it was so much fun to come up with new, strange, cheap, reproducible items that I could make. And yeah, I started getting more machines, and it's just 5 years in, I still love making these products and coming up with new ideas. Like, it never would have crossed my mind ever that I would run a vending machine business. I didn't even think about vending machines when I was 20. I don't know. And now it's like my dream come true. It's this business that I love, that I can run kind of remotely, get to hang out at bars, get to work with other artists who put their art in my machines. Oh, and it just came about really because I was doing what I liked. Matt Stanger, I've known for a really long time. He used to work at the bowling alley that I worked at. He was the pizza guy. He would give me free pizza, and you got to keep those relationships that nourish you. So I've known him for 14 years, and I love his art. He's an airbrush, pinstripe, playwright, among many other things, DJ. He does it all. But I love his work, so I knew when I bought my machine that I would want him to paint it. And he does a great job, and he's painted every single one of my machines, which it's like 18 of them now. My ambition, I'm really close to being done to adding more machines. Like, I've got 4 machines in my garage, 2 of which have homes lined up. Once I get all my machines, 17 of them in place, I'm done with my route, and I just want to focus on franchising the business. So I already wholesale my products to other vending machine operators in different cities. But the thing is, there's just not that many creative vending machine operators out there. So what I want to do is create a series of videos and like a little manual to help other people get into the business, because it's so much fun. And I know that there are people in every city who want to buy these products, but who would also really enjoy running a business like this. And if I can wholesale them their products to help fill the machines and they can supplement it with their own artwork, that would be ideal. Then I could spend more time making things, less time driving around, and I don't know, the idea could spread. Well, first I'd like to say to the ladies, don't be afraid to get into a business that involves a lot of machines. It is not rocket science. It's not that much harder than driving a car, and the vending machine dudes may treat you like you're an idiot, but if you're persistent, they'll realize that you're not, and they'll do a lot of the heavy work for you. And the other thing that's good about being a woman in a male-dominated industry is that people remember you, and it's easy to make an impression. Another thing I'd like to say to people is, if you haven't visited one of these machines yet, check them out. I have a website, vendingmagic.com. All the locations are listed there. There's probably one in your neighborhood if you live in Portland. Okay, so this is one of my favorite products that I came up with. It is a postcard to Donald Trump, and we send them to his various addresses, so at Mar-a-Lago Resort and his condo in New York City, as well as at the White House. And then it's pre-addressed and stamped, you write, and attached to a bag of Cheetos, because he looks like a Cheeto, you know? They say drinking and politics don't mix, but I think getting drunk at your favorite bar and then writing the president a postcard is actually a really good combo.